Today, I want to talk to you guys about Jupiter. Jupiter is a very, very powerful planet in the astrological chart and kind of a strong influence. Now, how is Jupiter going to act in your chart? The best way to know is to have an understanding of who Jupiter is. All of these planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mars, they're all people. They have a personification. So when you understand who they are, you have an understanding of how they're going to act in your life. Jupiter is Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the guru and the teacher. He's the teacher of the demigods, the devas. So how is he going to act in your life? Well, let's talk a little bit about who Jupiter is. Jupiter is a son of the famous sage Angiras. He's the grandson of Brahma. He has very powerful, famous children. Kushadvaj is his child. Tara is one of his children who's mentioned in the Ramayana. And the Rig Veda mentions Romasa, who's his daughter. So it's a very powerful lineage. All these people have their own amazing stories, but today we're going to focus just on Jupiter. Jupiter has many, many qualities that will manifest in your life. So let's try to understand him. There's one time when Shukracharya, who is the guru of the demons, decided to do a 1,000-year penance to Lord Shiva in the Himalayas, through which he will get some very powerful spells and he can control the universe. And he will be able to defeat the demigods. So what happened? Lord Indra became very worried about this. So he sent his daughter Jayanti and he said, please try to distract Shukracharya as much as possible. So Jayanti served Shukracharya very nicely for this whole 1,000-year period, and he became obligated to her, and he agreed to marry her. And he said, in fact, for the next 10 years, we will be alone, and nobody will ever disturb us. We'll be invisible to the world. During this time, Brihaspati, Jupiter, he disguised himself as Shukracharya and went to the demons, and he taught them the glories of God. And within those 10 years, the demons gave up all their anger and hatred. And this tells you how powerful Brihaspati is, that he could take these demons, he could remove all that anger and hatred from their heart. But then Shukracharya came back, and a whole new story ensued. A whole battle ensued in terms of who was their true guru. But we won't get into that today. So these are the things that are represented by Brihaspati. Brihaspati, Jupiter, is a powerful thinker. He's a leader. He guides other people. He brings knowledge, wisdom. And that's not just material knowledge, also spiritual knowledge, wealth, good children, health, happiness. So how is Jupiter going to act in the chart, depending on which house it's placed in? When you put Jupiter in the first house, he brings overall health, happiness. He brings deep interest in spiritual knowledge. Jupiter, when it's placed in the second house, can bring great wealth and a strong body. Jupiter in the third house brings good siblings. He brings courage and determination. Jupiter in the fourth house brings a happy home, a peaceful heart, big house. Jupiter in the fifth house brings nice children and an interest in getting spiritual initiation. Jupiter in the sixth house brings knowledge of foreign people and foreign places, and it's a great placement for somebody who wants to become a lawyer. Jupiter in the seventh house can bring a happy marriage. Eighth house, Jupiter brings a long and healthy life. Jupiter in the ninth house is a very powerful placement. It brings good fortune, spiritual pilgrimage, and a deep interest in becoming a very enlightened spiritual person. Jupiter in the 10th house brings a good job and wealth. Jupiter in the 11th house brings fulfillment of desires. Jupiter in the 12th house is also a very powerful placement in that it indicates a deep interest in spiritual life and a deep interest in the next life. If you want to know how Jupiter is influencing your life and where it's placed in your chart, please contact me.